Sudden earthquake in supermarket. Father shields his son with his body. It didn't take long. The quake stopped. A salesman was trapped in a pile of debris. The man wanted to go and help, but his son stopped him because in his eyes, the shelves formed various lines and combined to form angles. The boy quickly calculates the key support point. He tells his father that all he has to do is pull this one out. The father is half convinced. He slowly pulls out the shelf. In the next second, the clutter all fell down, and the salesman really wasn't hurt. The mother asked her son, incredulous, "How did you do it?" But the son lied and said it was probably luck, but in fact it was the boy's superpower. It's called a super brain. His name is Ben. He was originally a study slag, but one day, he suddenly noticed that the questions on the blackboard were glowing and showed himself the answer. And that's not all. He could also use his powers to play rugby, because in his eyes, everything can be calculated through mathematical formulas. A circle of light appears under the player's feet. The ball thrown shows a parabola. The ball is thrown at various angles. He was so excited, so he joined the team, trying to test out his superpowers. But as soon as he took to the field, everyone didn't think much of him. But then, they were all going to be impressed by Ben's actions. The game starts. Ben has the ball. He looks out. There's an intersection angle on his teammate to his left. His teammates are running towards the open space in front of him. There are instant coordinates in the slot. Ben is about to drop the ball. The corner immediately appears in front of him. He makes a slight adjustment. He throws the ball as instructed. The ball lands in the hands of his teammate. Everyone is stunned. They looked at Ben in disbelief. Even the coach enthusiastically invited him to become an official player, and Ben's class teacher saw this. He immediately called Ben's parents into school. He said Ben might be on drugs. Why else would he be behaving so strangely? It turns out that, since Ben had his powers, he's been getting perfect marks in every exam. The teachers seriously suspected him of cheating, but there was no evidence of this. Plus, this rugby match was even more incomprehensible to the teachers, because Ben had never played rugby before. He was able to pass the ball accurately on the first try, so the class teacher suspected that Ben was using drugs. The couple tried to explain to the teacher, but they couldn't reveal it. It was a superpower. The teacher didn't listen to their explanation and drove away. But the next second, the teacher's car was hit by a mysterious man. The driver hit and ran, and the teacher was stabbed through the chest with a steel pipe. The steel pipe was too close to the heart. The doctor was too scared to operate. Looking at the teacher who was dying, Ben blamed himself, but suddenly he saw a picture of the teacher's heart in 3DS before his eyes. At once, he had a bold idea. At night, Ben bought medical-related books and started using his super brain to learn about surgery. He found his mom and dad, hoping to use his mother's superpowers to save the teacher together. Seeing her son's determination, the mother was happy to agree. In the evening, they arrived at the hospital. The father was on the lookout. The son and the mother were inside for the operation. Under Ben's guidance, Mom performed a miraculous operation. The operation was completed in seconds. When the doctor came into the operating room, he found that the steel tube that had been inserted into the patient had disappeared, and his vital signs were stable. But what the family didn't know was that their daughter's superpowers were waking